Hi friends, so I'm going to show you how you can create your own planner tabs that look like this, and you can also find some pre-made templates on the hub page, and they will look like this once you download them. So you're free to download them and also use them in your shop if you're a seller, or you can also follow this video and learn how you can create your own and how you can customize the colors and create your own planner template. So click on create a new planner and then open up a new template. And then first things first, select the planner size. Go to the sizing panel and then select the US letter size or A4 size. I will be selecting the US letter size. So resize the template, and to make it easier, I will only show the left page for now. So there are two ways you can add planner tabs. So you can either go to Planner, then click on the box, and next to the widget there is a sticker panel. Click on sticker, and then the first menu or the first collection you see is the planner tab, and then you can open it and you can click on any tab, and this will insert the tab into the box you've selected. So this is one way to create a template with tabs, or you can also go to sticker, and in sticker mode you can also select the planner tab collection, and then you can click on a tab and insert it into the template this way. However, when adding tabs in sticker mode, you don't have an option to resize them all the same size, and you also don't know how big they actually are. So I recommend to don't add them as a sticker on top, but rather as a widget. So let's go back to planner mode, and now let's go to layout. So what I will show you next is how you can create multiple small boxes in a layout where you can add these tabs in it. Now this specific tab, which is a label tab, is 1.3 inches wide and 1 inch high. So this means that you will have to have a layout with boxes which are 1.3 inches wide and 1 inch high. So under layout, planner, go to adjust layout, and here you can customize the layout. You can add in total maximum 5 columns for the planner tabs. So we already have 2, let's add a 5th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then add columns like this. So if I zoom in here, you will see that each column is 1 fraction wide. But what we need now is we need to have them 1.3 inch wide. So you can click on this 1 fraction, and this box here will show up. So here you can change the matrix to inch, and you increase it to 1.3 inches. And then repeat this step for every column until you have something that looks like this. And next, let's add some rows. So you can add in total maximum 7 rows. So let's add a few rows, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now make each row 1 inch high. So to do that, click on 1 fraction and change it to inch. That is all you need to do. So change every row to 1 inch. Okay, and there you go. So make sure that in your layout template that every matrix is in inches right now. What you need to do next is you need to add the boxes. So right now these columns and rows are all empty. So click on them and then click on add, and this way you add a field where you can insert a widget in it. So repeat this step for every white box in the layout. And I just saw I only had 6 rows, so let me quickly add a 7th row. Also make this 1 inch high, like this. So this is how it should look like on your end right now. You should have 5 columns and 7 rows, and all the columns should be 1.3 inches wide and 1 inch high. Now this next step is for everyone who is a seller and who would like to sell these templates on Etsy. And if you are a seller, I would suggest you to make it nicer visually, meaning to have equal space on the left and on the right side of the page. So you see that there currently is a bigger gap on the right side. And if you're a seller and you want them to be equally so it looks visually nicer, what you can do is go to choose layout And here you have all the metrics of the layout where you can adjust the outer padding and the inner padding. So I would suggest you to maybe make the inner and outer paddings equal. So you can, for example, copy the outer padding 0.26 inches and then paste it to the inner padding like this and try to make them equally spaced. Or you can also increase it, maybe set it to 0.4 on the inner and outer side, and this might look nicer to the eye. What you can do as well is you can also add a few more spacing to the top. So for example, for the top padding, add maybe 0.5 inches, or you can also even add 1 inch here, and this will make it all nicer. And then something more to add, if you do want to add a title, for example, add a header like this, you can also go to Text, H1, activate the H1 header. You can also align it into the middle, and then maybe set the font to 50 like this, and you can maybe give it a name, for example, Planner tab. And if you want to move this up, or if you want to add space within the header and the tabs, what you can do is go back to Layout, and then here where it says Widget, Title Widget Gap, add a gap of around 0.5 inches, and this will add some space between the template and between the header. If you do want to move the header a bit more up, you can adjust the top padding again, maybe set it to 0.7 or also set it smaller. So now let's go back to the tabs. So once you have your layout created, you can move on to inserting the tabs. So click on any field, any box, and then under sticker, go to Planner tab. So right now I'm in planner mode. I'm not adding a sticker on top, I'm adding a graphic within the boxes. So have planner mode selected, go to widget, and then stickers, and then it's the planner tabs collection. And then here you will find 50 different kinds of planner tabs. You'll have the normal ones, and then you have the monthly tabs. And I'll show you later out how you can create monthly tabs. So now what you can do now is you can add any kind of tabs and you can create different kinds of templates. So I have a few examples for you. Here is one example where I created different kinds of colors and patterns on each row. Or you can create one that is more color themed, like this one. Then here is another example. And you can really play around with the colors and with the patterns. And once you add a tab within the boxes, what you can do next is you can click on it and you can further customize the color. So when you select a tab, the setting will show up of that tab. So let me extend the menu. Then when you scroll down, you should see a section called Artwork Color. And here are all the colors of that graphic. So right now I have this graphic here selected, and you see that in this graphic there is the gray color, which is the outline of the tab. Then there is a white color, a purple color, which is the background of this tab, and then black, which are the black dots. Now if I change the color of the first row to something different which isn't gray, it will change the outline color. So right now if I select this brown, it will change the line to a brown color. You can also click on custom, and this will pull you up the custom color selection. And here you can also select a different color. So we see that the first color will change the outline. If you do want to reset the color, you can reselect the first option in the row like this. Then the third color is the background color. So you can select any third color, any background color. You also can have a custom one like this. And then the last color are the dots. So you can also have different colors for the dots as well for this specific graphic. So this is how you change the colors of each tab. Let me give you another example. So if I select this one now, you see that the color option all changed. So to change the background, I would change the colors in this row because the brown color is listed here. So you can also go to custom and then select a new color. For example, this gray here. And then usually the colors for the dots are listed last here. Or sorry, this color would be the color of the field tab to where you can write in. So you can also customize this one. So I guess the dots are here, yes. Then you can also select a new color for the dots. So this is how you customize and change colors of the tabs. Next, I will also show you how you can write within them. So right now you can't really write within them, but what you can do is you can add a label on top in sticker mode. So what you can do is click on sticker and then go to widget and then click on add a custom text. This text here or this sentence here will appear. Next, in the setting, you will see this window where you can type in something new. For example, January. And then up here, you can also make the font smaller, maybe set it to 20 like this. And then you can place it within the label like this. You can also change the font by clicking on this AA icon. This will pull you up the font selection, and then you can select a new font, for example this one here. And then you can also maybe make it a bit smaller. And then to place the back label, you can simply copy this sticker, click on copy. Then up here on the left side, click on paste. And then you can drag this second label to the upper side and then rotate it by 180 degrees like this. And this is how you would add text to the label. And you can also repeat this step and maybe create tabs for the entire year from January till December. So this is how you can add text within the label. And next I will quickly touch on the colors. And I will show you how we can create something that looks like this or something that looks like this. So let me select a box and then let me quickly add, for example, a few tabs like this, just as an example. Maybe let me add a third row, which maybe looks like this. Next, if you go to color, you can actually choose different kinds of color palettes. So under color, you have an option to maybe show any kind of color palette. So if you, for example, type in pastel, click on search, it will pull you different kinds of colors which are in a pastel shade, like here. And then, for example, you can select any kind of color combination by clicking on it and then selecting one on the right side. And the colors will be displayed up here, which are the outline, header, and line color. So for example, you can also search for ocean, and this will pull you up different kinds of color shades from ocean pictures like this. So this is a way to select different kinds of color palettes, or what you can do as well is you can also go to random colors, and then you can also click here on generate random colors. You can also play around with the generate CMYK colors, which are print friendly. So this is something else you can do. Or you can also play around with the complementary, split complementary colors or trade colors, and then just play around with it and see what colors you can generate. And then once you like a color combination, let me quickly select maybe, for example, this one here, which is blue, pink, and purple. Now, if I reselect the widget and go back to the settings, you will see that now the color option here has changed, and it now has adapted the colors, which are the blue outline color, pink header, and lilac line color. And now it's much easier for you to change the colors. So for example, you can now select this blue color as a background. And for the dots, you can maybe select this pink. And then you can do the same for these two as well here by copy it and pasting it here. And then for the next one, you, for example, instead of a blue background, you could maybe select a pink, light pink background like this, and then maybe add blue circles like this, and then copy it and paste it into the other fields. And then maybe for the last one, you could add a lilac or purple background with maybe pink dots like this, and then add it into the other fields. So here you see how you can create color-themed planner tabs, which all look nice and harmonic. So if you've got time, or if you want to play around with color combinations, I recommend you to maybe check out this color menu here, where you can try out different kinds of color combination. Now the good thing about this is that once you've added the colors and once you select a different tab to be applied into this field, it will actually adapt the colors. So this might make it easier for you to create tabs. So now that you know how to create label tags like this one here, I'll quickly show you how you can create the calendar tabs. So let me switch to the right page and let me go back to layout. And for the calendar tabs, you will have to have a layout applied which has 1.5 inch high boxes and boxes which are 2 inches wide. So you can add in maximum 3 columns, and each column should be 1.4 inches wide. So set them to 1.4 each, like this. Okay, I just made a mistake. It's not 1.4 inches wide, it's actually 2 inches wide. I'm sorry, so set them all to 2 inches wide, like this. And this one as well. And then you want to have them 1.4 inches high. And you can add in total 4 rows maximum. Well, you actually can add more, but I would suggest you add 4 rows, which all rows are 1.4 inches high, like this. So set all rows 1.4 inch and also add the boxes within the layouts. So now you should have a layout that looks like this with 12 boxes in total. You can also add a label on top for the right page and maybe call it monthly tabs and also center it in the middle like this. So you can do that as well. Now to add the calendar, click on the box and it brings us to the sticker menu, planner tabs. Then scroll all the way down until you see the monthly tabs. Now you can click on any of them. So let me select January, this one here. And for the next one, let me select February. And by the way, we added both versions. So there is a Monday start and there also is a Sunday start. And all tabs are for 2022 right now. So if you do want to add 2023, feel free to comment below, then I will add the next year as well. But let me quickly add maybe 3 monthly tabs like this. And then March is here. Okay, so here I have 3 tabs as a demonstration. Now you can also change the colors with these tabs. So by clicking on it, you will pull up the menu, then you go down. So here you see all the colors that are now applied to the tab. So by changing the first color, you will actually change the outline. So let me show you. Here you see that it's changing the outline of the color. So I suggest you maybe set it to gray as a default. Then the next color is the background color. And then the next color is the year color you see up here. And then the next color is the monthly label. And the next one is the labels here. Oops, like this. You can also set it to black. And then below the second last row is where I changed the Monday to Sunday labels. And the very last one are the numbers like this. So the best way to create these tabs, I suggest, would be to first decide on the colors. And once you have decided on the color scheme, on what colors you would like to apply to each to each element, I suggest you to copy this label or copy this sticker and then paste it into the other fields. And then from here, just change the graphic to a different month. So the second one would be February, and the first one would be January. And you see, it will just adapt the colors. So I think it is easier to reselect the labels, to maybe first choose the color scheme and then apply the graphics into it, rather than first selecting the graphics and then changing the colors for each graphic. So this would be how you can create monthly tabs, and I also have an example here. This is with the default color. And then here is another one which is in pink. And by the way, these templates are also available here on our hub page, so you're also free to use the pre-made ones and then maybe just change the colors. You can also use templates commercially, so you're also free to sell these templates. So this was how to create planner tabs. If you have any questions, feel free to always message me on Instagram or Facebook, and I will try to respond to your questions as quickly as I can. Bye!